Alright, so let me give you a quick rundown on some of the improvements we've made to the UI since the last time you would have seen it. You notice the text is a little different, colors are about the same, stuff's a little easier to see in places. Some of the cool things we've done though, in addition to the cosmetics like making the menus and whatever easier to see, are behind the scenes, like our favorite mode, channel mode, right? I should call it our second favorite mode. Let's tune into Fox, for example. Right, so as you can see, Fox is playing in the background, The Simpsons. Let's turn on webhook checking. You might be going, well, why do you want webhook checking on? Oh, there we go. Okay, so like pretend like it just like randomly stopped on you. Oh well, look, it restarts for you. Boom, good to go. And that's what it's all about. Alright, so besides that, we added the shortcut here so that you can easily get to the channel you're watching. Of course, we also changed it so that you can see the posters now. You've always been able to see the time, right? But now, of course, the posters are just like everywhere else. They're clickable buttons so that you can get in and see the details of the show. If you want to look at what an actor has been in, you can do that. You'll notice, unlike our actor sort or filter, this one actually takes into account both movies and TV shows, so that you can easily, you know, like I'll watch something like, say, Westworld. I'll be like, damn, Anthony Hopkins kicked ass. What else was he in? And I hate the fact in the Plex UI it just shows you Westworld, and you have to go to movies instead to see his movie. So I made it so that you can do both. Or, I mean, it shows you both. Of course, you might have noticed we did mix up the media details screen a little bit. You know, the title's big, tagline's in there, font's a little different. Of course, the clickable buttons I showed you. Alright, so back to the channels action, right? We got a little sidetracked. So just like before, you can channel up and you can channel down, just like old school. You see now we are on channel, should be channel 6, which is Cartoon Network, Adventure Time. Let's go down to channel 5, ABC, from Taxi. Now, one of the features I added recently that I really should have had from the beginning, and I think I showed you it right from the start, actually, is, well, let's pick another good channel like FXX. The extra X means it's extra good. We're going to tune into that channel. Right? You used to have to set play mode, start next program, or set play mode, stop playback. Now you can tune in very easily, just like you would if you have the guide, fancy guide thingy that we don't have. Right? We just do the whole, here's what's going to play, here's when it's going to play, boom, you go from there. Right? Green box means it's playing. It's going to play till 7:01. Legit. Archer. Now, unlike many, I should say, there's not really many, but the other options that exist out there, you don't have to create separate files for all these. It actually does all this for you automatically. It maintains these. I'd go into how it works, but it's boring. But anyway, if you watched all of Hulu and it regenerated Hulu, you might get the same shows, you might get different shows on it. Depends on how stacked you are on Hulu programming. See, I don't have much of it. I'm actually kind of surprised it only showed the one there. But anyway, so all these are, like I said, are generated automatically for you. It's part of the populate shows action we do, which is one thing to speed up things like getting lists of movies and TV shows and whatnot. This is so it doesn't have to do like an API call every single time to show these lists and whatnot. Basically, the only thing it really gets is this picture, actually. So you got that going for you. And I think I showed you before the way that now you can also see episode details. Watch them right now if you wanted to. That kind of stuff. So besides our channel mechanism, which is pretty kick-ass, if you want to actually create a block of content, right? This is what actually spawned this whole thing. Or you could look at, which I always pick that one for some reason in these demo videos, but if you look at, say, oops, that's interesting. Oh, I better know why. Saturday block is a better one, right? So TV shows, right? This would be like simulated off of my version of HBO. It would play Westworld, then Deadwood, then Godless, and then Firefly. Plays one episode of each. Green one means that's what's up next in that block. So if I set play mode to this block, which is basically injecting that block of content to play next, it should pick up from Deadwood there, like you see. If you look at our queue, quote unquote, you can see Deadwood's playing. That's going to do Godless and then Firefly. Doesn't even bother showing you Westworld since, it's already past that. Alright, so you can easily make these blocks. If you're like, oh, I want to make a weekday morning block, and I want it to start with a comedy show like Becker, right? So you're going to say add to block. This should work. It didn't work. It's probably saying that I used, no, wait. It might have worked. I might just not have the right menu called. Let's find out. That didn't work. Alright, add block. There you go. Alright, so Becker's in the morning block. And then you're like, I also wanted to do another comedy like The Big Bang Theory. Add to block. Hey, look, morning block's text down there still. That's handy. Should clear that out, but there you go. Big Bang Theory, Becker. Let's add to the block. Roseanne. And Perfect Strangers. That sounds like a good morning block. And we'll add another block. We'll call this one and Mega Man. Super Fighting Robots. Mega Man. Right. So cartoon block, Mega Man. Let's add to the block. Sonic the Hedgehog. He can really move. He's got an attitude too, if you believe the theme song. Let's also add X-Men the Animated Series. Darkwing Duck. DuckTales. Woo. Doom doom da doom. Alright, so there's our cartoon block. I still gotta fix the ordering on that. Whatever. Set play mode to the cartoon block. Start the next program. It's going to be Mega Man. He's a fighting robot. So you can also do cool stuff like, let's clear that out since that's a old one and this computer does not have a scheduled job to clear schedules. I think it's clear schedule. Well, I gotta fix the CLI command part apparently. There we go, alright. So if you look at the schedules, no schedules, we will add a schedule. Oh, that's actually one word. 6:53 p.m. today. Boom shakalaka. So if you go to your schedule mechanism or schedule manager, you'll see at approximately 6:53 a commercial will play. Any second now. Wait for it, wait for it. It's waiting for a cliffhanger. There you go, cliffhanger. Now you have no idea what's happening. You're like, oh my god, the rubble. We should unmute this for you. This is a good speech. It's too bad it would get us a DMCA if we did. What would you do without freedom? Would you fight? So unfortunately, we can't let that play for you, which is also why I always keep this obscured too, by the way. Because we don't want them thinking I'm trying to show you badass stuff on there. Ooh, Eclipse probably doesn't appreciate I stole that from him too, so we'll cover that up. So anyway, commercial breaks, you can suggest movies, suggest TV shows. As I've talked about before, the queue auto fills when you're not in a block package play mode. It'll, and your queue's empty, it'll always play something. When you're in channel play mode, it'll play the channel, regenerate the channel, and just keep playing it. You won't be none the wiser that it's happening. You can schedule blocks, you can set them up next in your queue, all that kind of fun stuff. I should probably even make it so that you can schedule blocks in channels, but I'm trying to keep the channels things sort of tied down to studios. But I am going to make it so you can inject movies in there because, you know, like ABC has movie night or whatever. I don't know. Maybe they do. I haven't watched it in like years. But anyway, so there you go. There's an example. The ultimate Plex. I keep calling this a controller. I should really call it a conductor since it just sort of, you know, conducts the action. But, you know, there you go. I mean, I've shown you the voice commands before, the hue integration. There's a lot of action built into this bad mamma jamma. And we should be getting... There you go. See, Mega Man picked right back up from where it left off. You could even, it didn't even like cut out the rubble part for you. So anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Take it easy.